everyone, and welcome back to Girl You Know What podcast, season 6, episode 19. I am Danielle,
And I'm Kisha.
and girl, we are back. Life is lifing, but we're back. I'm worn out, but it's all right. It's all right.
Another day, another day,
Yes, yes, yes,
another
yes.
week.
And we have a lot to talk about, so we're just going to get right on into it. Forget the
Yes, we do.
formalities. Now, you had quite a few topics that you want, and I want to talk about them too because I was like, yeah, those are good. But let me get a couple things out of my system
Yes,
real quick.
go.
Okay. So first, Snoop Dogg and Tammy Roman and your
Oh, Jesus, not
homophobia.
Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy.
We
And
can't talk. Okay,
it,
we
you,
yeah, we
and
gotta talk
we
about
got to
it.
talk about it because here's the thing. Now, first, let's talk about Snoop. Now, Snoop made a big fuss. He's been shucking and jiving since he was on since he was the Olympic mascot a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been kind of going back and forth. Of course, he performed during the inauguration for y'all's
Mm-hmm.
president, and
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like, okay, whatever. Y'all, we get what y'all doing. Nelly was there, Soldier Boy,
Right.
whoever else, whatever. Y'all just getting that money. Okay, whatever. We forgot about that. Not forgot about it, but y'all look who
No,
y'all.
because he doesn't exist anymore to me, so I want to see where this is going. What is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doing?
yeah. So remember about maybe a month ago, he made a big deal about he took his granddaughter to some movie, to some Disney movie or some I think it was a Disney movie and there was a same-sex couple in it. I think it was two women. And people were like, "Are you serious?"
In a
And
Disney movie? It was?
well, it was some kind of kid movie. And it's like to me, I get nowadays why they do it. And it's like not saying that I agree with it, but it's just like, but then a part of me is just like, what's the problem? Because it's like people do, I mean, it's more common, people are more out. And I think like they won't grow up like we did, where, if we saw a same sex couple, it'd be like, ugh, oh my gosh, and things like that. But it's more common now. I don't even think kids really pay attention to it. Because I asked my nieces and nephew, and they were just like, what?
Okay. I don't
So
think people pay, well, I don't think kids pay attention to it
yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying, and
I mean,
that's
I don't think kids pay attention to it because we have created it as the, and this is going now. Everybody, calm down when I say this because I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
right.
That kids don't pay attention to it because it has become the norm.
Mhm.
Like and I don't think it's anything wrong. I think my issue is the age.
Mhm.
Because I feel like when you are an adult and you can make whatever decision for yourself you like to make.
Mhm.
But I do think it is a little strange to show it to children. Just
Mhm.
personally, my opinion.
Yeah.
I think, and this is why, because it plays into the issue that people have when they say you're forcing it on children because
Mhm.
children ain't paying no attention to that kind of stuff. Like
Exactly.
kids don't know anything about that.
And it's just like
So
racism. Kids don't pay attention to that until it's brought to their attention.
but what I mean by that kids don't pay attention is like why are you presenting it as a thing
Mhm.
to show a child at 7 to a couple in a same sex relationship? Kids
Right.
are not even thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not even
Exactly.
their mind is not even in that area. And
Right.
we know how impressionable young minds are. And
Mhm.
that's what the complaint of the opposition, would that be what we would call them?
Mhm. We can call
That
them
would be
that.
their complaint. Like, why are you putting this in a child's movie?
They're weird.
Like, why are you doing that? Like,
Mhm.
you shouldn't do that at all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people should not accept it and it should
Mhm.
not be a thing, like, because we know that same-sex people exist, like same-sex
Right.
couples are here. But why do you present it to children?
Right.
What is the purpose of that?
And I get it, but what's the problem with it? Because it's a norm. It's a norm now. I mean, because it's more out. People see it more. I mean, you have same-sex couples adopting kids, and it doesn't mean, and a lot of people trying to be like, well, that kid's going to turn out to be gay. No, they're not.
No, that doesn't mean that. But I
Yeah.
think also you it's like we kind of push ourselves into people's lives as far as making decisions for them what
Mm-hmm.
they want their children to take part in.
Totally. Yes.
And you cannot, like, at some point we can't do that, because if that's the case, why y'all don't arrest people whose kids is racist? Like,
That
why y'all
part.
don't, like, if we want to push ourselves into everybody's house,
Mm-hmm.
then why? So I just feel like, no, you should not be allowed to make the decision for somebody if they don't want their kids to see same-sex relationships. We got to
Mm-hmm.
respect it. Just like same-sex couples want people to respect their right, you got
Mm-hmm.
to respect that it's going to be people out here who don't want their kids to take part in that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And this is the thing. I don't have a problem with Disney doing it. I do, again, the age. I don't know what kind of movie it was. I don't know if it was
Mm-hmm.
PG-13. I'm not sure.
I don't think it
But
was,
I
but
think
yeah.
Disney should let those things be known up front.
There should no, I do agree with that. There should have been a disclaimer.
They should let people, because people are paying their money
Mm-hmm.
to bring their kids here, and we think about Disney. We think this is a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think sexual issues or sexual preferences are going to present themselves in a child's movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, we have watched every Disney movie that there was growing up. We didn't. Well, I guess a lot of the movies was the girl fell in love with the man.
Mm-hmm.
So Disney, y'all gonna have a decision to
Well,
make.
Disney got some problematic shit anyway, and I'm working on that
Y'all got a decision to make.
for a
If this is
podcast.
what y'all want to do, y'all better start telling people.
Hello.
Start letting people know,
Right.
because people gonna stop coming.
That's the thing. It's like if you're gonna do it, do it. I mean,
Yeah,
but
do it
let
out
people know.
loud. Don't
Yeah.
sneak.
Right. And it may not have been, because I don't know. I can't even remember what the name of the movie was. Maybe they did put a disclaimer. I don't know. But of course, Snoop, because he's pandering, he had to, you know, talk about how disgusted he was and, all this other stuff. And people are like, wait a minute, Snoop. Wait a minute.
Now let's talk about Tammy.
Well, wait a minute.
Cause me and my niece had this conversation.
W-
I can't wait till you
Okay.
get to
Well,
this.
let me just finish what Snoop did. So now Snoop has a children's show or cartoon or something, and there's a
Oh,
same sex couple in that, but he said it's
hmm,
okay. He said that's okay
huh?
because he's getting paid for it. Yeah.
Now Snoop, wait a minute.
Yeah. So that's my issue with him. I
No,
mean, I already
wait,
had an
hold on.
issue, but so
No,
now he's
wait one
okay. He
second.
even said it's okay. It's okay now because it's in mine or something like that. So basically, since I'm getting paid for it,
Well, since you
that's okay.
control it,
Yeah.
basically, it's
Mhm.
all right.
Yeah. So that's my whole issue with it.
Now, wait a minute, Snoop. That don't make sense, though. Was you outraged by it or not?
Exactly. That's my point. Were you
I
just
don't. I
playing?
don't agree with it. Like, I don't agree with nothing being in cartoons for kids. Like,
Mhm.
you don't
Yeah.
have
I
to do that.
mean, just show the cartoon, you
If you
know.
want to, because I think they make books about it at the library and stuff. If you're
Mhm.
trying to introduce it to your kids and you want your kids to be accepting, listen,
Read
there
to
are
them.
definitely ways. Read it to them. There are books out there, no problem.
Mhm.
But don't have me bring my kid to a movie and you ain't tell me.
Right.
I really want all kissing and shit to come off of TV, period. But
I mean,
from
it's weird.
heterosexuals and just all of
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
want it's too, because we had this conversation before.
Uh-huh.
I feel like y'all sexualize kids too much.
Mhm.
It's too much conversations about sex, like
Yes, and their
with little
genitalia and all this
children.
stuff is too much.
It don't feel weird to
I
y'all
mean,
to be talking about sex to your children.
that's because they're weird.
And I'm talking about y'all be it's little kids.
Yes.
I didn't agree with Dwayne Wade and them letting their little son turn into a girl. At
Mm.
was he like 9 when that happened?
No, he was a little older, but
He might have
still,
been
but he
10.
wasn't
He no, he was at how old? He was no older than 9 to 13.
something like that.
13 is
Yeah.
pushing it,
Yeah,
really.
I was gonna say yeah, 13 is pushing it.
He was much younger than 13.
yeah, okay. I don't remember, but yeah, he was I know
That's
he was
too
young.
young. That's
Yeah.
too young,
It's like
y'all.
if you like I mean, nobody can tell you how you feel, whatever like that. If he felt like he was, a girl, okay, but my thing with that was and I really hate talking about trans issues because it's a
Yeah.
totally different aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But as I feel as being a part of the community, I think that if you're going to do that, like look at Jazz from that show, from the show. But
Oh, mm-hmm.
yeah. Now she seemed to handle it well. She was on TV, but then you look at then you see what's going on with her now.
What is going on with
But
her? Because I ain't seen her in a long
well,
time.
like she's gained a lot of weight. She says she stress eats.
Oh, well,
She's
that was the problem on the show. Remember,
mm-hmm.
she was trying to get her sex change,
Yeah.
and the doctor was really on her about her weight. Like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't feel comfortable doing that
Right.
because, and I think it was so along the lines of the doctor not like you're not done like your hormone, like
Yeah. Now that's where I
let's
was
wait
going.
until your hormones have fully developed until we,
Mm-hmm.
see
Yeah.
what we do and we make those changes. But that's
Yeah.
what made me feel weird about it with Dwayne Wade and them. It's like
Yeah.
that baby
Yeah,
young.
I agree with that. It's like at least wait until you're done with puberty, at least, because you don't know how you're going to how your body's going to handle it, from
Mm-hmm.
when you're 13, 14 years old to when you're
Mm-hmm.
21, 22. So,
Yep.
that's just my opinion on that. But let's get into
Yeah.
Tammy. So Tammy Roman's daughter, I don't know which one. It doesn't really matter. No disrespect to the daughter because she's graduating
It's
college.
jazz, ain't it? It's
I think
jazz.
it's okay, okay. So, because you know me, like I'll just see a headline, and I'll glance over it, and I'll be like, "Oh, bitch." So, I guess she's in a relationship with a woman,
Yes.
and she wants
And
to, of course, invite her girlfriend to
mhm.
her college
And
graduation.
clearly
Tammy,
this has been an issue. Like
yes.
Tammy doesn't let her come around,
Mm-hmm.
period. Like not just the graduation, Tammy
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel comfortable. So that's how they proposed it, let's
Mm-hmm.
say. It was Candy, Riley, Tammy, and Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're interviewing Tammy and Jazz.
Right.
And she kind of put Tammy on the spot, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
and said that, well, why won't you let my girlfriend come? And Tammy said no. Like, once y'all relationship gets serious and y'all quit breaking up and going this back and forth. Now, my niece sent this to me, and this is
Mm-hmm.
why I'm so glad you brought this up.
Mm-hmm.
My niece sent this video to me, and she was like, Tammy just trying to be controlling. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her, I said, no. Tammy doesn't want to come out and say that she doesn't want her daughter to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't want to say it
Yep, and that's my
because
issue.
Tammy has built her whole career on Yes Girl, huh? I said in
Mm-hmm.
that show she on,
Mm-hmm.
Hot in the Act, it's a lot of same-sex couples on there. And it's a lot of people that she interacts with who are of the LGBTQ, you know, um,
Yeah, so that's going to
so
mess everything up for
she
her.
she don't want to just come out and say it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the real thing is. She ain't
Yeah,
trying to
I
control
agree
that
with you.
girl.
Yeah, it's not control.
She don't want that girl to be gay, and she know if she come out
Mm-hmm.
and say it, it's gonna hurt her career.
Yeah, because if she had a boyfriend and they were breaking up and together, everything like that, this wouldn't even be an issue. And see,
No.
and this is a problem I have. You have two different aspects of homophobic people. You have the ones that, they can't stand it, whatever, unless it's somebody in their family. Then they're like, okay, because that's unconditional love. I get it, whatever. It's bullshit because it's just like, if you don't have a problem with this person, you shouldn't have a problem at all. It's not your problem. But then you have people like Tammy, which we run into a lot, and I hate to say it, it's black women. And that's because that's mainly what we're exposed to. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But when one of their kids, whether it be their son or daughter, comes out as gay, they hate it, but their hairdresser's gay, their stylist is gay, they got a gay best friend at work.
It's a
It's
conundrum in the church community.
yeah,
I
yes.
think it is very hypocritical
Mhm.
of church people if you know what the Bible says and if we live our lives according to the word,
Mhm.
and this is the stance that you have taken, why is your hairdresser a homosexual?
Mhm.
I mean, why is your makeup artist a homosexual?
Mhm.
Why is your stylist a homosexual?
Yeah.
Like I just if that's where you're going, like
Mhm.
if this is the mantle that you holding up,
Mhm.
why do it? Because you can't have it both ways. Now, I will say this. Me and you have had this conversation a lot of times, and I am a firm believer that, and I've said this here on the podcast, and I will keep saying it. If you feel like, as Christians, if we read the Bible and if we believe what the Bible says, the Bible teaches us that love covers a multitude of sins.
Mm-hmm.
So if we really believe deep down in our heart that it is a sin, we have an obligation to love,
Right.
and we have an obligation to give grace.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't really know how much further we need to go after that.
That's it.
I have an obligation to love and I have an obligation to give grace. It
Mm-hmm.
does not mean that I have to agree,
Right. There you
but I
go.
don't have to nail you to the cross either every time
Mm-hmm.
I see you.
Right.
Like I don't have to, oh my God, you still none of my business.
Thank you. Cause
Every soul got to work out their own soul salvation. Everybody
mm-hmm.
do. That's between you and the Lord.
Right.
It ain't none of my business.
Yeah.
I also just felt like Tammy just, I mean, and this is the thing, and a question I would ask, like, what I want same-sex people to explain to me sometimes is, now it's okay for you to point out that people don't understand and people are critical and this and that, but you're being critical of those people when there I hear people say the word homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know if I mean, I get it, but it's like I just don't approve. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not nowhere trying to, set gay clubs on fire or like that. That
Mm-hmm.
that shit is like homophobia. That's
Mm-hmm. That's a
insanity.
whole nother level.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level. But if I just say I don't approve, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that's a phobia. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but I think that's where the lines get blurred sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when people say stuff like transphobia. No, I just don't agree. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
nowhere outside with picket signs and like I hate this. No. I,
Right.
I think we all have a right to say I don't agree with that.
Oh, totally.
Now I don't
Because
hate you,
yeah.
but it's just not something that I can. And that's the first thing people do. Oh, you transphobic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like no, not
Yeah.
necessarily. Like
And I've talked about this before. It's like even within the community, you don't need to get so, offensive. Like if straight people don't agree or don't, understand or don't want to take the time to understand, how you're living, your sexuality or whatever, when there's so much racism and bigotry and misogyny within the community.
a good point that I saw last night
Mhm.
that really like was like oh, it was very eye opening
Uh-huh.
because I never thought about it this way. T.S. Madison and Jess Hilarious have this beef going on,
Mhm.
and somebody broke this beef down. And he said something that really caught my attention.
Mhm.
He said, are we going to continue to let T.S. Madison do these things to Jess Hilarious? Now,
Mhm.
stuff that I didn't really know was going on. I just know occasionally, I knew there was something, but if you don't really follow it and you don't, how the algorithm works,
Right.
unless you watch continuous videos after videos of something, it's lost in translation to you. Like you don't know what's going on.
Right.
So when he pointed this out and he said, because the only reason, because I didn't know that T.S. Madison was doxing Jess Hilarious.
Mhm.
Like people was like coming to her comments. Like I didn't know that it was a lot of threatening going on. I ain't know none of this.
Mhm.
And I like T.S. Madison. I mean,
Right.
I,
Right.
I am a fan. So
Yeah.
I had no clue that any of this was going on.
But I think it's
But
deeper than we know about for TS to do something like that because she has way
and
too much to lose. But go
something
ahead.
he said, and I know this is going to seem offensive, so I don't, this is his
Y'all been with
words.
us long enough.
He said that at the end of the day, all Jess Hilarious said was, you're not a woman, like
Mm-hmm.
you're a man. And he said the only reason I think that she is allowed or he is allowed to continue this
Mm-hmm.
is because he is actually a man, and there is so much misogyny rooted in this
Mm.
behavior. And I was like, oh, it like, oh. He said, because again, if what did he say? Because if you were actually a woman,
Mm-hmm.
they would have shut you down in 2 seconds. He said, but the fact that you are actually a man, that is why people are okay with this, why they let this go on. Because when do we ever see a man attacking a woman like this? We
Mm-hmm.
would be, he said, that's why they let you do it. And I
Right.
thought, like, it is a little misogynistic. He said, because why is it when trans women, or he refers to them as men, I'll say women,
Mm-hmm.
he said, why is it when trans women get into it, you always getting into it with other women?
Mm-hmm.
As a man, why are you always arguing with women? That is misogyny.
Well, you
And
let me
I thought, like, well, god darn, I
well
ain't never think about it like that.
well let me say this. I think his opinion is a little biased just because of the fact that he's referring to a trans woman as a man and won't do anything else because that's offensive right there. So you're already coming in with a bias
He
because
is a man, and I will say he is a gay man. He was a
yeah,
gay
that
man.
doesn't matter because that's where I talk about there are a lot of gay men who can't stand trans women. They don't even like drag queens. And drag queens are
Mm-hmm.
just gay men. Most, they're not
Mm-hmm.
trans. There are some trans drag queens, but for the most part, they're just gay men who dress up in women's clothing for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You
Would
know,
RuPaul be considered a drag queen or like a? Because he dressed like a man sometimes.
he's a drag queen. Well, because drag queens dress like they're men, except for when
Right.
when they're doing their
Because he
performances.
doesn't like on his regular clothes, he just
Hmm.
normally like has on suits and stuff.
Yeah,
But
and that's
like
how drag.
trans, they're
Yeah,
like in
they're
women
full.
attire all the
Yeah,
time. Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
So
when we were younger, you know what has really been lost? Look, we have gone off completely off the
that's all right.
rails.
That's what we
But
do.
listen, you know what is like disappeared?
What's that?
Remember when they used to call people transvestites?
Mm-hmm.
Like a transvestite was a man
Mm-hmm.
who actually dressed like a woman, but you still had your man parts.
Right.
How, where, what,
I
how
don't
did
know.
we jump from transvestites to like
To
now everybody is
transgender and
transsexual? Like, yeah,
yeah.
like how
Well,
did
this
they
is
get lost in the
this
sauce?
is what I understand. You know what? Transvestite. I don't even know where that term went. That's a good point, and I might need to look into that. But I know like transgender is like T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison will be considered transgender
But
because
tell me
she
how if you
still
still have your
has.
man
That's
parts.
what it
That was the
is.
whole point.
That's
That was the whole point of being a transvestite. You still had your man
right.
parts.
So transgender means that you just transitioned your gender, but transsexual means you went all the way out. Like
You had to
you had the
change.
surgery. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
wonder why they don't call it a transvestite
I don't
anymore.
know. You know
That
what?
has, and that's what's been like kind of confusing to
That
me because I've
reminds.
been like, when this be these arguments going on, I be kind of saying to myself, but y'all transvestites, like that's not,
Right.
you're not transgender. Like I don't understand. I would even assume, okay, you say quote unquote transsexual. To
Mm-hmm.
me, when you say transgender, you've switched your gender. That would mean to me
That's
too
what I
that you don't
always
got your
thought
man
too.
parts
Yeah,
either.
but they said, but
They
this is
both
what I
would mean
was
the same
told.
thing to me.
Yeah, this is what I was told by somebody who's actually trans is that,
Mm-hmm.
like you're transgender. That just be like for me, like say I say I started taking testosterone, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then I would be considered a trans man, transgender.
Mm-hmm.
But if I went all out and got, the PP put on and everything, a prosthetic
Right.
one, whatever, or if I just packed,
Right.
then I would be considered a transsexual because,
Sexual.
yeah, because I, got this. I guess when you get the surgery, that's when.
Wow. Yeah, we gotta find out what happened to the
Like when you
word
get your boobies
transvestite. Where
cut
they go?
off, yeah, that's a good point because I wonder if it's
Like,
like tranny that people used to say that all the time, but
baby,
now
that's why I
that's
stay quiet when
offensive.
they be having them arguments because I'm like, oh, honey, I was born in the '80s. I was born in 1980,
Oh, we're gonna
so
say some
I
offensive
know
stuff
you
now, and it's not
as a transvestite. I don't know
exactly.
what you're talking
That's a good
about.
question. I never thought about where that went because did. Hey, I didn't even think about
That's why
that.
I be like, what is the argument about? Like, what
Right.
y'all are technically transvestites. Like,
Yes.
and I never thought about that as a derogatory term.
Me
That's just
either.
what we called it when we grew up.
Yeah,
Like,
because I wonder if it did turn into a derogatory term, which I don't see
maybe they
why.
felt, maybe we need to
But
look up the word vestite. Maybe
yeah,
what is
maybe
that
that's
derived
something.
from? Because honey, I'll be looking like, well, you still got your man part, so
Mm-hmm.
ain't you still a man? Like, I don't, yeah, it's too
Right.
confusing.
It's
It's
a
too
lot.
confusing.
It's a
So
lot.
you that's why I stay out of that.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Cause
That's why I always say. That's why I tell people. I'm like, when it comes to trans issues, that's a whole different
Cause
aspect of it.
80 to 2025, honey,
Hmm.
it's different.
It's totally different, and it's just like the way, like you said, we would say transvestite, but that
Yeah,
might
we
be
grew up
offensive now.
different.
Yeah, we grew up different, so
Mm-mm.
and excuse me for saying this word, but like I know people like our age and older than us that still say retard.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Yep.
just like they don't mean any harm by it, but that's
Yep.
what we grew up saying.
Yeah, they
So
don't
it's
know
just,
what to say now. They would
yeah,
just say,
everything's
"I."
so
What do I
censored.
say? I say, "Well, they have a developmental disability," but
Exactly.
I'm in the field, so you can't take my word.
Or
Like,
like Nana, they just got a disability.
yeah, yeah, my
Mhm.
grandma say that. She say,
Yeah.
he got a little disability,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
honey, yeah, people still say the R word now.
Yes. Yeah. So
But
it's
and
a
like you
lot.
said, and they're not being mean. Like they're not
Mhm.
saying it. That's just what the term was when they grew up. So that's how
Right.
they know it.
And even when it comes to different races and nationalities, there were certain words that were, acceptable back then, but now it's just like,
Hmm.
ooh, so it's just things
That's
have
why they made
changed.
remember because when they made that big fuss about Lotto, because she was
Mhm.
mulatto when she first
Yes.
came out,
Yeah.
and everybody made a fuss about it. And I'm like, but that's what she is. But
That's what
okay,
she is
that
though.
this is what the real problem is.
Let's talk about it.
Y'all be running from what you really are.
Okay. Okay.
That's the T right there.
Yeah.
Is that y'all be running from what you actually are.
Mhm.
And you think that you can keep making people and changing the words and changing the colors and changing the sounds, and you still gonna be that thing when you lay down and go to sleep at night.
Right.
It ain't gonna make a difference. You
No.
can get them to call you the Queen of England,
And it
and
don't
when you go to bed, you still gonna be you.
that part.
I just that's why I stay out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I just stay silent. I'm just like, okay,
Uh-uh.
we just sit back and see what
I just
color
see what
should.
color should gonna put on walls,
That's it.
cause
That's it.
y'all, it's too heavy over here for me.
Listen. Woo.
Honey.
Okay.
Honey, we done went on a tangent.
A tangent, but let's keep going. Let's get into Keisha's topics that she wanted to talk about. So
Okay, let me see
first,
what's
what was it?
first.
Marc Lamont Hill versus Flip. Let's talk about that.
So, and why I want to talk about this, and if you all are not familiar, Mark Lamont Hill and Flip are two people who are on the Joe Budden podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This week, and Mark Lamont Hill has been on there for what, a few months
I
now.
think so, yeah, because I forgot he
Has
was
it been a
on
year?
there.
I don't know if maybe
I don't
it's
know
been
how
a
long for
year.
sure, but I know it's been at least a few months, at least that.
So, and we all know that Dr. Lamont Hill
Mm-hmm.
is very educated, professor, all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
And he on the podcast with a bunch of hood niggas. If we gonna keep it a buck over here.
That
He on a
part.
podcast with a bunch of hood niggas.
That part.
But ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
But here's what's wrong. Flip, they getting into a heated back and forth. Flip says to Doctor, you always saying tricky words. Mark looked at him and said, I say regular words that's tricky for you.
Mm.
And now the internet is in an uproar.
Yes. Why? Why? It's the truth.
And this is my biggest problem as an intellectual. And I'm finna stand up for us. Those of us who are intellectually inclined, this is our biggest issue right here. Is that now I'm trying to use my words right. Niggas with no smarts will be somewhere thinking that you look down on them
Mm-hmm.
because you got an education and they chose a different route.
Right.
And the whole time, you just as the educated one are trying to bring your people forward. That's all you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to do. Trust me, that's all we go to school for. Because the shit don't pay a lot of money.
Hello.
It pay enough, but what we are doing is giving back and educating the people who are either our age or educating the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do it. So when you hear people say stuff like he said, it was like we ain't never good enough for you niggas.
Mm-hmm.
You talk white, you talk too smart. Oh, you think you better than me? Because if you have 1 ounce of clear English, you have heard at some point in your life that you think you better than me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you went and got that degree, you think you better than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what this point bring me to? When they say, I don't argue with people that Harriet Tubman would have shot.
That part. Thank you.
I'm sick. In 2025, y'all stop arguing with these niggas.
Yes, because I gave up a long time ago. I was like, as soon as I heard that saying for the first time, I think I first heard it from you, and I was just like, that's it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I never heard
Quit.
that before until like maybe a few years ago, and I was like, that is it.
It's the girl we went to Central State with. She used to
Mm,
say it.
mm-hmm.
Quit. Quit arguing with these niggas because they gonna always find a reason to make you the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And little do y'all know, we don't even look down on y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know how many hood niggas I went to school with that and they went and got degrees. They
Mm-hmm.
still hood as hell.
Exactly.
We like y'all, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
We gleam off of each other.
That
And it's
part.
like, even when we is in the thick of it with you, because he on the same couch as you.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
Flip was so mad, he was ready to raise up and fight. And Dr. Hill said, nigga, let's go outside.
Yeah, because he's from the hood
Because you
too.
got
Don't
the
let it
right
fool you.
one.
He's straight out of Philly, so don't let it fool you.
Yeah, you got the right one. Don't let
Mm-hmm.
these degrees fool you and
Thank
these
you.
books fool you.
Okay.
Let's go outside then.
Right.
Like, what's wrong with y'all?
It's crazy. I'm just like, just in what it is, and it's just like anything else. It's when somebody is insecure about something, they can't help but hide it. When they get somebody who brings out that insecurity in them, they can't hide it at all.
That nigga said archetype too many times. That
Yes,
nigga
and that
said,
set them
he
off.
probably said actually properly. The nigga
Yeah.
got mad. It's like, and like he said, I say regular words, nigga.
Right.
They just tricky for you.
Yeah. And was he lying?
Hmm. But was he lying?
That part. That's where we need to focus on. Was there a lie?
I
Oh my
was just
goodness.
outdone by that. I was
Yeah.
like, man, quit this. Listen. And this is why I fool with who I fool with.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's too hard. It's too hard.
Yeah. It's our life's already hard enough. And then we gotta deal with
Ugh,
ignorance on top of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's
Ignorance and
like,
hate is
my
like for
God,
what?
y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all make it too hard.
Oh
Too
my
hard.
gosh.
We fighting the white man. We fighting
Yes.
the Uncle Toms.
Yes.
We fighting niggas who just now we got to fight you niggas. We
Now,
thought y'all was
yeah.
cool.
Exactly. We thought y'all be happy for us, going out getting degrees and coming back and trying to
Whole
educate,
time y'all hated us.
hating. Oh, nice. Nice to
And
know.
this rolls into non-negotiables
Mm-hmm.
in the black community. So we had this conversation because this derives from the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beef.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching that go back and forth and I was reading it.
Yeah.
And my biggest dilemma with that whole conversation, everybody was focusing on, oh, Nikki was talking about her kids, and you want to talk about kids and leave kids out of it. That bitch is married to a pedophile.
I mean, did we
At
forget
what
about
point do
that?
we? How the fuck do? What are the non-negotiables in the black
I
community?
mean,
Like,
I'm
what?
just
What are
saying,
they?
and this could go back to I'm going to go there. This could go back to our conversation earlier about LGBT and acceptance and stuff like that. Black folks, I love y'all, but y'all will be quick to forgive or give grace to a murderer, a pedophile, whatever. But other things, we ain't touching that. Nope. So let your mind wander with that. But go
I
ahead.
just. I just don't understand how she is even still relevant. And she not only paid the legal fees for her brother,
Mm.
who was sleeping with his stepdaughter,
Yes.
who is now incarcerated in a prison
So are you
for
saying she has
said
two
acts.
pedophiles in her life?
Now you not only married a pedophile, you thought it was appropriate to have a baby by him.
Look.
What I mean, the non-negotiables. Once you do stupid stuff like that,
Hmm.
y'all know how I feel about Kanye West.
Okay.
That's a non-negotiable for me.
Hmm.
Once he crossed a certain line, do we even really talk about him anymore?
Nope.
I'm through. I don't got nothing to say about it.
Me either.
Because cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Same go for her. Same go for that whole situation. And I'm not saying her as I know y'all love Nicki Minaj. I'm saying her choice, her decision to actually marry a pedophile. And y'all think it's okay.
Yeah.
We talking more about what she said about the kids more than the life decision she made. I
Mm-hmm.
heard a white woman say, you are born into a family. The only family member you get to pick is your husband.
Mm.
And that's the one she picked.
Okay. That's
Come on,
it.
y'all.
I mean,
Like,
he can't even go pick up y'all's baby from school. I mean, that's an issue.
and my friend, she pointed out something. She said, she don't be really moving around. I said, because she's married to a pedophile, she can only go certain places.
Exactly. That's
She said
it.
she don't be nowhere but in that house. She said she might pop out for fashion week, but she don't be there like the whole week because my friend is really heavy into fashion. She
Mm-hmm.
was like, she might pop out once, but she don't really be out no more. I said she can't. She's trying to watch that man.
Mm-hmm. Because he's
She
still on
got
the
to keep her
block.
eye on him.
Yeah, we see him. He's still on the block. He out there proud. So it's like, mm, listen, yeah,
We got
where's the
some other
line?
non-negotiables too. I
Yeah.
I feel like anything that white folks have told y'all to do, y'all should stop doing. That's a non-negotiable.
That.
And this behavior is white behavior right there.
Mm.
Because honey, they don't care nothing about who messing with kids.
No, not at
I
all.
have pointed that out to y'all in several
Yeah,
instances.
they don't care who's messing with them. They don't care who's killing them. They don't care about y'all's kids. So it's
They
like,
don't. And
mm-mm.
I don't know if I would call this a non-negotiable, but it's time that we start actually having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Grown kids,
Mm-hmm.
y'all gotta stop letting y'all parents walk all over y'all.
I mean,
And we got to learn the difference between, because see, we have been taught that certain things are disrespect. You do
mm-hmm.
not ever have to disrespect your parents, but everybody has a right to say, because now we know what abuse is. We
Right.
used to know what abuse was when we was little.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we did know we was being abused, you ain't had a right to say it.
Exactly.
Well, the way we was raised, you wasn't supposed to tell nobody.
Right.
You are 40. You do not have to be abused anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's a hard cycle to break, but
Right.
you don't have
Right.
to be abused anymore. You don't have to be mean. Now, I don't advocate, but you have the right to say, hey. And I think what I'm noticing most of all is that we don't know how to not have confrontation with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we need to work on. We coming to the end of the year, and I always give a goal to work on for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Work on saying no, or work on ways getting yourself out of situations with zero amount of confrontation. And
Yes.
what I mean by that is, let's give a scenario. If you feel yourself in a tight situation and you're like, I'm gonna just have to sit them down and just have a talk. No, you don't. They heard you the last 17 times you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop answering the phone.
Yeah. It just comes
Just
to that.
stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's gonna feel antsy inside, but you have to just stop. They heard you already.
Yeah.
They don't want to. And you got to accept that.
Yeah.
But we really have to work on moving without a lot of confrontation. And times it's getting ready to get weird. Because they
Mm-hmm.
talking about, what's the next one? Oh, yeah, the Republicans ain't been showing up to work.
Yep. That's it.
And they are talking about November the 1st. And I had to look it up because I said,
Mm-hmm.
now, I know these people lying, or are they telling the truth? I said, well, let me look it up and see. And yes, they did say, no, the SNAP program is not ending, but on starting November, they are making drastic cuts to the program.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, it's going to get rough.
Yep.
It's going to get rough. It's going to get rough. And it's going to be a lot of what they say, big borrowing and stealing.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of shoplifting increases.
Yes.
And the jail's going to be overcrowded
Mm-hmm.
for petty theft,
Yep.
Cause ain't nobody gonna be stealing no $5,000 worth of groceries and no
Heck
shit like that,
no.
or no
Mm-mm.
500.
Mm-mm.
But they gonna get in there and get y'all's meat. They gonna start raiding it, just like they locking up deodorant and shit. They gonna lock up
Mm-hmm.
meat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's already outrageous. So yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. So while they telling y'all like, oh, the Democrats is the ones that's no, they not y'all. Literally somebody recorded the House in session. The whole Republican side was in. They're not even coming. They
Mm-hmm.
don't even want to come to the table. They don't want to come to work.
Exactly.
And imagine you not getting your paycheck,
Mm-hmm.
but they are still getting
Still
paid,
getting paid. Yep.
and they're not even coming to the building.
Mm-hmm. To discuss you and your benefits and your paychecks and all that stuff. They're not even showing up.
Y'all voted for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Kamala Harris said something on her last when she was on her book tour. She just recently said this. She said a third of the people voted for him, a third of the people voted for me,
Mm-hmm.
and a third of the people didn't vote.
Yep.
And I've been screaming this since the election and since I looked at the numbers. You niggas is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the booth.
Yep.
Get in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the real problem.
Yep.
We had a deficit of 15 million people didn't vote.
Yep.
That's insanity, y'all.
That's crazy.
And I'm gonna take 1.5 million off the table because we lost 1.5 million people to COVID.
Yeah.
So we're still at 13 million.
Mm-hmm. And y'all, most
That's
of y'all
sick.
bragged about not voting, either for whatever issue, just because you didn't want to vote, you don't vote, or because you didn't like either one, or because what else? What was another? All the you didn't want to vote for Trump, but you weren't going to vote for Kamala because she said this about Palestine. I'm sorry, and all that
And
stuff,
can
which it
y'all
wasn't
stop
even true.
caring more about shit that's going on in other countries than you do about your own?
Thank
My
you.
God.
Especially now, you see all the fucking issues we have.
I heard a black man giving a whole think piece on Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, if you live in any state within the United States, tell me what's going on in your community. I don't want to hear you talking about
Exactly.
Palestine.
It's just a talking point for people to try to
It's
sound
people
deep.
around the corner that's hungry from you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like,
It's just so ridiculous.
the internet, y'all make me sick sometimes.
Listen.
And last but not least, well, last, but we're going to go back to The Perfect Neighbor.
Okay.
Last on the topic list is Wendy and Eddie Ofasomo. I don't know their last name. I just said that.
Osefo.
Osefo. I don't know their last name.
That part. Osefo who?
Oh,
Yes. Same
Ofasefo,
difference. Same
okay.
difference.
Wendy and Eddie Ofasefo done
Mm.
committed insurance fraud. Now, if you
Child.
don't know who Wendy and Eddie are, they are two people from the Housewives of Potomac. She is a wife on the Housewives of Potomac. She's been on there for about 4 or 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm. At least.
And now, this is the part about Wendy that completely throws me off.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy was the smart one in my
Right.
eyes. I thought in all of our
Right.
eyes.
Because isn't she Dr. Wendy?
Yes, like
Yeah. And
she
he's
was a
an attorney.
professor. She
Yeah.
was a professor at John Hopkins University.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like she was a commentator
On CNN.
on CNN. Like Wendy was like that girl.
And this was before she got on the Housewives.
And first season, she was smart, Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the point until somebody pointed it out. I never really thought about what Wendy dressed like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it was Funky Dineva said, like, Wendy, we didn't really look to you for fashions.
Right.
We didn't, it was not even a thing because you were such a good, like a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Education wise, you were a good fit for the DC models,
Right.
of like a real DC, you know, mover and shaker as far as
Mm-hmm.
like your job. You had an actual job.
Right.
Girl, you done fucked around and committed insurance fraud.
Child.
$450,000 worth.
So they staged, obviously, a break-in at their house, and
Hmm.
a lot of the thing that got me that I cackled was a lot of things
Hmm.
that a lot of the jewelry and stuff that was, and it wasn't just jewelry, it was like purses and stuff like that,
Shoes,
shoes,
clothes.
clothes that they had already returned like years ago. You don't
I
think?
mean, don't you know they ask for receipts? When you
Okay,
get to
thank
putting
you.
Louis Vuitton on the insurance and Christian Louboutin, and you start putting diamonds and shit, bitch, they want the documentation.
Exactly.
Mm,
Oh,
mm,
child. I mean,
mm.
it was just so.
It was just
Oh my.
disappointing.
And then let's talk about how she. Okay, a few seasons ago, girlfriend went and got a boob job. She had some other work done, and and obviously you can tell she's very insecure. She's a beautiful dark skinned woman. She's Nigerian. Both of her parents are from Nigeria, and both of his parents are from Nigeria. So she
Yes,
was
they are.
really
They are Nigerian. Like
yes,
they
they're
are
not
Nigerians.
down.
Their kids were born here, but
Mm-hmm.
they are actually Nigerian
Yeah.
citizens.
Yes. So it's just like, you had that going for you too.
But
And
my thing is this:
mm,
when she did that, because you
mm-hmm.
just brought up that boob job.
Mm-hmm.
So it was shocking to everybody because I was still
Yes.
watching back then.
Yeah, me
And it was
too.
shocking to everybody that she went and got a boob job
Yes.
because it was kind of like, oh, not Wendy, because
Mm-hmm.
Wendy is happy with her body and Wendy is
Mm-hmm.
body positivity, and she was like she
Yes.
was saying all of that stuff. So when she went and got the boobs, it was kind of like, what's going
Yeah.
on here? And then when she got the boobs, she started acting funny.
Acting funny. I mean, she was
She
this was
changed.
yes, this is when they were still doing homeschooling, not homeschooling, but online courses or whatever because of COVID and stuff. And she had a class online and one of her students, she had her boobs out. Like, like I mean all you saw was cleavage. And
Yep.
one of her students said something about it.
Yep.
Like implying not saying anything positive but implying like this is too much.
And then I feel like she went and got some work done on her bootay.
She did. Yeah, they said she
So then
did.
after
Yeah.
that, she went and got her bootay done.
Mhm.
And honey, she was a new, what's just Patty LaBelle say? I got a new attitude.
Okay.
But I am so glad this happened
Mhm.
because my girls, I'm gonna ride for them too right
The
there.
Green
I
Eye
don't care what
Bandits, who y'all
y'all
can't
know.
stand.
Y'all know I love Giselle and I don't care what nobody say. My girls called it from day one.
And
Like
did.
you acting weird.
Mhm.
Who is this? Who are you? What is
Yeah.
going on here?
Mhm.
Robin came out and said it.
Yep, she did.
The vindication. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm. That's
They
it.
they told y'all from the beginning.
Yep. And of course that's when they turned it into a colorism issue and all this other stuff. No, they were
Yeah.
keeping it real.
Yep. And then that's what they tried to do. When
Mhm.
Robin and Giselle pointed it out, they tried to act like she was coming down on her because she was dark skinned and they was light
Nope.
skinned.
Mm-mm.
Oh, light skinned bitches, we can't live
We
nowhere. I'm gonna
can't do
tell you.
nothing,
We
no.
can't have an opinion about a darn thing.
Nothing. Nothing.
That's oh my God. And they
Ugh.
was telling the gospel truth.
Yes, from the beginning. And I
And
remember
they
we were
tried to
talking about
weaponize their
that.
color against
Of
them.
course.
And look at her now.
Mhm. Just
Mm.
sitting back.
And now when they talking about Eddie might get disbarred.
Yes.
Oh, child, this is
See,
devastating.
it's devastating. And for what?
For $450,000.
Mhm.
I just so now the question begs, what's going on with y'all
Right,
finances?
because they said that, well, obviously for them to do that, it wasn't just it was greed, obviously, but for them to go to this extreme, they did say that they look back and they were having some financial issues. But it's like, well, damn, what? I mean, were they cutting
Baby,
back on
sell
their
your
career?
house. Your house is
Yes.
the biggest. Sell your house.
Well, like you put, keep trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Keep
That's
up
what
with
it
the
was.
Joneses though.
Mm-hmm.
See that keeping up with the Joneses syndrome gonna get you every time.
Right. I mean, Nene told y'all she don't have to keep up with them. She is.
Hmm.
So,
I don't
and
keep up
she's
with the
proved
Joneses.
that.
I
I
am.
am the Joneses.
Tell them, Lanique.
Okay. So it's just like y'all were trying and it failed. It failed big
Yep.
time because now y'all's careers are in jeopardy.
Oh
Y'all
my
y'all about to be
God.
felons. Bitch.
Damn. Hold
Mm.
on. And like somebody said, it ain't even the fact that y'all just about to be felons. Are y'all gonna get deported?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Because you know Donald Trump is on a rampage.
Listen.
Is they gonna get deported?
And y'all right around the corner in Potomac. Ooh.
Oh Jesus.
Child.
And you know, he's a reality TV fiend.
Loves
He
it.
knows all the reality TV girls. He done had all the housewives damn near on his show.
Okay.
I don't know, y'all. It
I
just ain't looking
mean, it
good.
ain't looking
I pray to
good.
God, you know.
Yeah, I
I
hope
don't know if
not.
y'all's little rich kid. Well, y'all might as well go on shit and start scamming over
Right.
there.
Now,
What the
wait a
hell?
minute. Now, I know they have Nigerian citizenship, but were both of them born in Nigeria or were they born here? Because
I
I
feel
can't
like them both of
remember.
their parents. I feel like their parents still over there.
N- no, I think their
Cause her
parents are
mama,
here.
well, her mama might be here, but her mama is like something in the village.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So her
Yep.
mother was making a big deal out of like her education and stuff like that. Cause
Right.
she got some type of position back in the village wherever they from.
Mm.
Baby, I
Child,
don't
I
know.
don't know, but if so,
But that ain't looking good
y'all
right
ain't
there.
looking good. Ain't looking good for y'all.
Cause
Ooh.
Donald kind of, I mean, you know, we
Listen,
talk a lot of shit, but he will put your ass on that boat, baby.
that part right there.
Now he will put you on that boat.
A reverse Amistad on your ass.
I'm not supposed to be laughing, Jesus.
I'm just saying, cause send your ass right back to
Wait,
Africa. That's what he wants to
wait,
do
I can't,
anyway.
I can't, I'm not supposed to.
Child.
Oh, you done Uno reverse and said the Amistad, Lord
Listen.
Jesus. Oh, and last but not least, and I don't know if you've watched it.
I haven't watched it yet, but go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about it.
So if you have not watched The Perfect Neighbor, stop listening if you have any intentions on watching it. The Perfect Neighbor is a documentary on Netflix about
Mhm.
why we shouldn't live next door to white people.
That's it. That is it. That's the
Period.
summary.
End of the fucking discussion. It is a documentary about why I
Oh
tell y'all
shit.
every single time we get on here, stop sending your kids to school with them, stop living by them.
That part.
This is why. Because that white woman, I know she called the police on them people at least 200
Oh
times.
yeah.
She called the police on these children.
Mhm.
Children now, we're talking about children. Over and over and over again. And do you want to know what the kids were doing? Playing.
Mhm. That's it.
They were sounding like they had too much joy.
Yes, they had joy. They were having fun. How dare they?
One police officer even said, well, I would prefer that kids are laughing and playing rather than breaking in people's
It's
cars.
like, what do you expect? Well, like, what else do you want them to do?
They can't even play.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they're throwing a football in an open space of grass
Too
that,
much.
mind you, is not her property.
Right. Right.
It's not her property. The landlord got on the stand and testified against her and said, I can't tell them to not trespass. It's not my land. It's not my property. And why were they at court, you ask? Because the white lady took the black lady's son's iPad that he laid on the ground while he was playing. The little boy said, give it back to me. His mom went over there and banged on her door, and she shot her
Mm-hmm.
and killed her.
Yep.
Murdered that woman, and she died in front of her children in that grass.
Mm-hmm. Because she stole something.
And now the police are asking her, why didn't you call us? Didn't you call already? And we told you that we were on our way? Yes. Now she told so many lies.
Mm-hmm.
She was banging for such a long time. Everybody else heard it. They said, we just heard two bangs, like bang. She said, when that second knock came, boom, they heard the gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
And she shot her through a locked door.
I
The police said, you don't
mean,
even know who else was out there. It could have been kids out there.
she didn't
It could have
care.
been anything. And you just shot through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Shot her in the chest and killed her. She is in jail though. 25 to life for murder. Just
Yeah.
like to say that.
As she
She tried
should
to pull
be.
that stay your ground law shit.
Yeah.
It didn't
It
work.
didn't
It didn't
work.
work.
Mm-mm.
Too many witnesses, too many phone calls
Yep.
to 911.
Mm-hmm. And you did it in front of
Complaining
children?
about nothing.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Complaining about nothing.
Yep.
I mean, it is a cut, clear picture of stop living by them.
Yep.
And I probably would have been in the house whooping my kids' ass and telling them, don't you go across the street. Come play behind our house.
Right.
Stay away from over there. If your friends want to play with you, they going to come back behind here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go over there.
Yeah, because it's just like after a while, it's just like something ain't right, so it ain't gonna end good, and it didn't,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously it didn't. Mm.
That mama lost her life. She
Yeah.
was a mother of 4 children, a
Mm-hmm.
manager at McDonald's,
Mm-hmm.
just working to take care of her kids.
Yep. And some crazy fool. That's yeah. That was
And I'll be
yeah.
telling y'all, and I know it sounds racist, but I'm just telling y'all the facts.
Mm-hmm.
White women be the root of the problem.
Yep. I mean,
They be the roots
we
of
got
the
plenty
problem.
of. I mean, from Emmett Till on down, and even before then, you sent me a video of two white women sisters who were sharing a
Mm-hmm.
black slave just yesterday. I think you sent it, and I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
just from the beginning.
They raising we said, oh, white men are this, white men are that. They got white mamas.
Mm-hmm.
They white mama raised them.
Yep.
I be trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't be listening.
Mm-mm, they don't be listening. Mm-mm.
But y'all better be careful, be safe.
Okay.
Your neighbor called the police on you one time. She white. Start figuring out a way to get away from
That
there.
part. Start looking for another house and preferably a black
And the sad
neighborhood.
thing, on the very first scene, she had called the police,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady and the black lady, the mama who got killed, she was
Mm.
out there, and she told her, she said, the mother said, we gonna be moving. She said, preferably this gonna be our last summer here,
Mm-hmm. Didn't even
and
make
it
it.
was literally her last summer.
Yep.
I tell you,
Mm-mm.
boy.
Terrible.
But I know everybody was just like, oh, it's just black trauma and it's this and that. I'm like,
Y'all need to stop with that. I'm
I do.
sorry.
I feel like sometimes I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm too much. That might be the Aquarius in me because once you show me one time who you are, I be kind of
That's
like
it. That's all I need.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's.
know what else y'all was looking for. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what is a little disheartening. It's like how many times do and how many different white women do y'all want to show y'all
Mm-hmm.
their true nature before you actually believe it?
Right.
This is exactly who they are, y'all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody's, oh, this is black trauma. It's like, what was traumatic about it?
Yeah.
Because she got shot. We didn't actually see her get shot. We saw her on the
Mm-hmm.
ground for a few seconds, but the whole now that was the issue or the back and forth aggravating, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what they do. Like it's normal. We just actually getting a look at it.
And I think we've said this before. White woman tears are real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey, because when they tried to arrest her and put her in the handcuffs,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, I'm not going.
Yeah. She was
Like she was
resistant.
like, I'm not going.
Yeah. She said, "What? I didn't do nothing.
He was like, yes, you are. She said, no, I'm not. I can't. I can't go. I can't go. Yeah, yes, you can.
I
Like
can't
she really
go."
thought she was finna sit there and fight them about if they was gonna arrest her or not.
Yeah.
See, they let her stay out of jail for some days. Like, so she probably thought she was in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought her in that last time and was like, come on, put your hands behind your back.
And she's like, "What? Excuse me?"
I'm not getting up. No,
I
no.
mean, just as
I
plain as
have to take
day.
my medicine. I have to take my medicine. And they said it's a nurse over at the jail.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got what you need. Don't worry about
They
it.
said it's a nurse at the
I know
jail.
that's right.
And you can tell her what medications you
Okay.
take.
Come on, let's go. Ain't nobody playing with you.
Oh,
That's basically what he was
Lord
saying.
Jesus. She thought she
Wow.
was finna get out of that
Oh
boy.
yeah. I'm sure.
He said, we got all the medicine you need over here.
Okay.
Come on, get your little sweater you brought in
Okay.
here. Come on.
Okay, that's it.
Girl.
Wow. Whew.
But
Mhm.
that is all I have for the day. It's a wrap.
Yes, that's all I had. So let's go.
Well, as usual, you can reach us at girl underscore you know what at Danny B Speaks and at Wellness and Women. Until next time, bye bye, everybody.
Bye.